1500.
Hello, backseaters. I don't even know if anybody's on yet, but we're here on Tuesday to make up for the fact that we weren't here yesterday.
2024 Subaru Outback rolling up east side.
I had to mute myself. I bet my wife wishes she had that button.
I'll look into it.
So, Steve Leiden and I were going to go out yesterday, but then Bill Finney and the sheriff, Bob Fletcher, pulled rank on us.
See the caller at the PD regarding
And it was a great opportunity for last minute hearing from Sheriff Bill Finney and on his way out, reflecting on his 40 plus years of service in law enforcement in Minnesota. And so we said we were going to come out today. Then Steve Leiden forgot he scheduled a meeting with the county attorneys. So actually he may be joining later when he's done with his meeting. But we had a case that where we arrested a young man that we've dealt with many times, and we wanted to charge him. And the county attorney did not believe that there was enough evidence to issue a warrant or present the charges. And the beauty of it is, this is the checks and balances of the criminal justice system. They told us, hey, we need more if we're going to charge him, and we thought we had enough. And so now Steve arranged a meeting with our folks to meet with the assistant county attorney and discuss it and learn, what more we can do, and hear their concerns of, what they need for court, and we'll work through it. And that's the beauty of having a good working relationship with our county attorney's office. So that's a real benefit, I think, to the citizens of Ramsey County, and we're fortunate that we have that over here. County Attorney John Choi leads that office, and he has promoted a good working relationship. So I'm going to get on, and I think Pat just warned everyone that I'm live.
Small caller at the PD in the lobby for POI registration.
FYI, I'm live, and I can turn down or turn off our channel if needed.
Alright, sounds good. Should be good for now, but I'll let you know if something changes.
Yeah, just let me know. I'm on the east side.
And I'm sure you can.
Thanks for sharing. Also, Pat, I got those gift cards from Rick Scruggs. They're on my desk.
Oh, awesome. Don't for your name, but I'll grab them tomorrow if that's okay.
Perfect. Alrighty, so apparently we had a race. I think I might have been speeding. Fortunately, State Patrol didn't catch me, but I won the race against, I think, the Rev, and Pat won the race against whoever he was racing. So we both got gift cards donated in our honor to Live on Patrol, and I put them on my desk so Pat can grab it. Pull over here because there's an ambulance coming behind me. And there they go. Anyway, I don't know if Steve will be out. It probably depends on how long their meeting goes, but he may call me and have me come get him. And it was really fun to watch Bob and Sheriff Bob Fletcher and Chief Finney riding together yesterday, going through some of their memories, and Chief Finney talked about the old Rondo neighborhood and getting to see the fine young people that they stopped to talk to. who gave them an earful, and then the fight at the Como pool where they had to mediate between the kids and an adult female. So I'm just glad I'm not the only one. But we are northbound on Payne Avenue through one of the better parts of the city as far as history. And when you talk to people that are from Payne Avenue, they're very proud of this Payne-Phelan area. They're very proud of their heritage and their roots here in the city of St. Paul. It hasn't been a super busy morning and early afternoon, but it's been steady. St. Paul's been hopping. The suburbs have been hopping.
Is there a Roseville squad out with a PIC in the lobby that's requesting medics?
I had to pull over here to look at some texts.
5702, I can go check the lobby.
Copy. It looks like front desk called it in. She's a 38-year-old female wanting to go to the hospital for mental health, not violent.
5280, I'll step out there.
One of my colleagues just sent me some intelligence regarding a motorcycle gang, which I'm always interested in. He'll laugh that I called him my colleague.
Have a good night.
It is right now about 82 degrees. It's mostly cloudy to the west, and mostly clear and partly cloudy to the north and the east. So I don't know what that means, but we were supposed to get a huge storm overnight, and it missed the Twin Cities area. I do think they got some heavy rains and
responding to 1725 Legacy Parkway. 59-year-old female, conscious and breathing, with numbness on the right arm, 59.
And they got some high winds north of the cities, and I believe west. And unfortunately, with the rains that we've had, the high winds will uproot a lot of trees that don't have deep roots and knock them over. And we're also dealing with flooding here in St. Paul and Ramsey County in Minnesota. We have the Mississippi River that runs through both cities, and the Minnesota River that runs south of the cities, and they're both, I believe, I don't know that if the technical term is flood stage, but there have had to be roads closed off adjacent to those rivers. I would call it flood stage, but we're watching and hoping that it crests pretty quickly and we don't have the any serious flooding, especially in residential areas. I'm on the east side of St. Paul. I'm on Maryland, about to turn on to Jesse here. Just checking out some of the areas where we've recovered stolen vehicles and listen to the radio. All our deputies have been working hard lately, getting guns off the street, getting large amounts of dope off the street, and keeping the Ramsey County residents safe. And we're lucky. I don't want to be accused of being a brown noser, but we have a sheriff who lets us do the proactive work that's necessary, that really makes a difference. We don't just respond to crimes and take reports after stuff occurred. We try to prevent the next crime from occurring, and a big part of that is keeping on top of what's going on with the youth gangs and career criminals, and trying to intervene when we sense that there's hostilities, or if someone gets shot, we try to reach out to the victim's side and prevent retaliation, and to the suspect's side and try to let them know that we're watching for an escalation of what's going on. And we work with our partners at the St. Paul PD and Minneapolis PD and our other law enforcement partners, federal agencies, to do what we can to get illegal guns off the street and out of the hands of career criminals and gang members. Very encouraged today in the office when I came in to see that we had people there waiting to be interviewed for deputy positions. It's always nice to see new faces coming in, or people who are laterals that have experience that are looking to come over and continue their careers at our agency. And sometimes they're from smaller agencies that don't have the career advancement opportunities, or from agencies that don't get to do a lot of the stuff we do. And so we get people who come and want to work for Sheriff Fletcher, and it's fun to see them come in excited about doing the work that it takes. Bottom line is our job is to reduce crime and make our communities safer. As I used to tell my coppers when I worked for the Minneapolis Police Department on the north side, our job is to make it safer for that 6-year-old kid to ride their bike in their own neighborhood. And that's what it's all about. If you can see kids playing and having fun and not worrying about drug dealing and gangs and shootings and prostitution and all those other things, then we've been successful. So you're still on Maryland. We're approaching Johnson Parkway. It's actually, traffic's a little lighter than I'm used to here. I can't imagine anybody has snuck out of work early.
Lincoln came in with 774 and he was in a carjacking yesterday, suspect vehicle. Fairview and Charles is kind of Paris work recently. Sounds good.
Sounds like the CAT team is trying to put together some information to locate a carjacking vehicle from yesterday, and that they believe may be over in our area. We're still eastbound on Maryland at Hazelwood here.
We can probably disregard center's going on and
right by Sam's Dairy. It used to be really busy 4 or 5 years ago. A lot of incidents going on there. It's really quieted down. And St. Paul PD's put a lot of work into that little area to make it safer, and worked with the businesses there, and the proof is in the pudding. PD has a suspect vehicle from a theft in their city at Rice and Highway 36.
Copy Norking Charlie 360.
We are probably out of position to be helpful there, but we will kind of head towards that direction until he's code 4. I forgot our betters.
of my meeting in Mobile. Where are you guys at? Just over east right now. Sounds like that one might be trackable later, but we're standing by at it for now.
Other squads have arrived with that Maplewood squad, and so we are going to continue in our regular rounds here. We are on Prosperity.
4337 status.
We got a trooper rolling up with you right now.
Copy, Instagram page.
One of the beauties of our computer-aided dispatch system is we can see where other squads are.
Before what's over for case number?
Case number is 114750.
I see the message from Cynthia. I'd love to get my wife out on a ride-along again, and we can tell silly stories. We should probably go over to the Minneapolis side of the river and tell those stories and show you. We can show you where we've met. We can show you some of our highlights of our policing career, and some of those, I don't know if they're highlights, some might be lowlights, where we can show you where we responded to homicides, like the Halloween night homicide in the old flour mill elevators that went underground.
Offer check.
That'd be fun. Of course, I'd have to, tell her to watch her language. That's just towards me, though.
Then when I copy, I will be going to Hope and right there to CTS.
So I'm back down to Maryland. Maryland is kind of the main east-west thoroughfare on the east side. And it continues, of course, on the west side, but over here, everything seems to be somewhere off of Maryland or down further south off of I-94.
524.
524.
GOA 522. Who's got investigated 6 in Jackson Station?
Copy, good job.
I really appreciate everyone riding along here on a Tuesday, kind of off our normal schedule of when we go out, but like I said, the sheriff and Chief Finney, who is the longest tenured police officer in the state of Minnesota and was the chief of police in the city of St. Paul for many years, I have to defer to him when he wants to go out. He gets to go out with the sheriff, and we were really lucky, and we've been lucky now. I have been for several years to be able to be mentored by Chief Finney and Sheriff Fletcher, and learn from their experiences, both just police experience, leadership experience. Their political experience has been tremendous, and Chief Finney's been a great asset for us. So if I should mention this, couple things. First of all, please share this on Facebook if you're watching. The point is to educate as many people as possible on kind of how we do our job and what we do, how we think, and but also, if you're going to send us a friend request on Facebook, I don't know how all the other social media things work, but just send a little message saying, hey, I'm a backseater, or I'm a police officer, or whatever, just so I know that it's not spam, especially if we don't have any mutual friends. I get a little leery of accepting those friend requests. So I know this may surprise you, but when some 20-year-old girl whose profile pic is in a bikini and she sends me a friend request, and I don't think it's probably a legitimate request. But sometimes I'll go through and I'll look at their friend requests, look at their profile and their, I don't know what you call it, your wall on Facebook, and I can't see any reason why we might have similar interests.
4471 was on her way, but then she had to work CBS. Is there anyone else we can forget?
And I don't, I more than welcome Facebook requests from people that I disagree with politically, or, you know, I mean, I have plenty of friends that are defense attorneys or professors or whatever that we may not agree on everything, and I'm fine with that. I just don't want the spam stuff.
Boys, can you put me on embassy that I'm in Dola right now? Yeah, I'm good.
4150 Lexington, apartment 4304. Checking on a female who's been on for medication, hasn't been heard from in 2 weeks, Selena Banks.
I was extremely happy this morning to hear that the missing firefighter paramedic from St. Paul, she didn't live in the city of St. Paul apparently, but works here, was located, and that she was good. And that, you know, she was getting treatment. So that was a very worrisome situation. So there was a elderly lady from New Brighton that was missing last week for a couple days, and she was found in Kennebec County, which is, I don't know, I'm gonna guess 100 miles north of the Twin Cities, and thank goodness she was okay. She sounds like, you know, she has dementia or Alzheimer's, and just drove away, and they found her safe. So.
Area, he is on right south of the boy from it.
It is by the collision out of there.
You know, I wasn't exactly sure to say this, but I don't care how, you know, tough you are, how mentally strong you are, you know, your situation. We all struggle from time to time, and people have anxiety, they have depression, they face difficulties in their lives, and we all need help and support at some point. But there are people who love us, who want us to get that support, and I just recommend that if you're struggling, reach out. There are people who care about you, people you don't even know, who worry about you, and get the help that you need. There's nothing wrong with it. I especially mean that for the first responders, the police, the fire, the EMS, the military, folks that are out there that are seeing a lot of the worst in people and dealing with trauma. And get help if you need it, and you know, don't be afraid or ashamed. We all need it from time to time. Some people have better support systems than others, but you know, we all need somebody. Looking here at the calls that are pending. Did you guys see that motor vehicle theft pending on Mesabi?
Yeah, I was just looking at that actually.
That brings back some memories. So Mesabi Street in the city of Maplewood, it's just north of,
where it all began.
That's where kind of the whole CAT team auto theft thing started, was working with Woodbury on a pattern of auto thefts of involving kids that lived in there and were dumping stolens in there and going back and forth. And that right now in house complex, and that nobody we know may be involved in this because they've all moved over time, but there is a stolen car from there, a Ford Edge, blue. I can't see I gotta pull over here to get the more info about it. It's a 2008 blue Ford Edge, and it's got a temporary sticker on it, it looks like. So so we'll have to keep an eye out for that car.
2-3.
2-3.
Advise essential, not on me today.
Copy 53.
So I saw some dialogue on one of the backseater pages about when Minneapolis uses the terms able and Baker. Any car that's designated as a one-officer car, they're able. So you'll hear them say, you'll hear them say 420 able or 330 able. That means it's a one-officer car or a new FTO. So they're training a new officer, so really you're operating as a one-person car. The other time that's used is when there are two officers in a car, but they get separated. Maybe 420 Abels in the front of the house, 420 Bakers in the back. So the driver's always Able, the passenger is Baker. And that's how you know who it is. St. Paul will say 420 Smith is in the front and 420 Johnson is in the back, or three. They don't have 420, I don't think, 320, and they use their last name. It's the same concept. And then they will use Tango for a training car.
334.
64338. A 911 hang-up at 1552 Maryland Avenue East. Caller gave the address, then disconnected. Sounded like they were arguing in the background. Got a call back. Caller stated that his son came to that address with a gun and then left.
234, copy. 357, you can cancel 334. Do you see if any ACOP is available? Copy, thank you.
Negative, we don't have any assigned on.
So you heard the squad ask if there's an ACOP available. ACOP is St. Paul's term, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not really sure what that acronym stands for, but it's their public housing officers that work public housing units. Because that last call was in a public housing unit, they asked.
That Subaru is pinging Nicollet in West 24th Street in Minneapolis. It looks like updates every 30 seconds.
Okay. Town is going to leave it blue. Master, sure, wait till April takes the report on it. I think it enters the present from there. Okay. Sounds good. I think there's 9 minutes.
So we're north here on, what are we on? Arcade at Wheelock Parkway. I'm gonna take a left here and go west on Wheelock Parkway. We're right by the Phelan Golf Course.
Panic alarm at M&H gas station 721 or T Street. It covers the cashier panic.
although I don't think 3 and 6 is in service yet.
So panic alarm came out at M&H convenience store, one of Bob and Pat's favorite hangouts. And
I'm right by the M&H over here. I'm just gonna take a look.
you heard Joe Fabio Odegaard right there just say he's going to take a look over there. We're headed that way, but I knew there'd be squads closer because I can see them on my map.
4.2. Yeah, M&H are closer.
Copy. Okay.
Can you drop this animal complete if anyone to see us a 1 at 1600? Can you send me a different venue?
Copy 6-1 if you could go west, we have a DOC at Western Lake 1740 Race Street. There's 5 males in the parking lot.
My direct update there. 6 one's almost EOT. You can keep her clear. 1 after your touch my system.
7-1, I'll be clear on this. Just a couple minutes, no back 92 on that. Copy.
So we're going to keep going down here until we get some more information.
Oh, do you get over there? Yeah, everyone should. Squad 27, I can change to a better vehicle, please. Hey, keep us on the building. Go ahead, thank you.
So the squads are over there at M&H. It sounds like it was a theft from the store. A male, black male, 20s, average build, wearing a navy blue sweatshirt, dark jeans, no weapons.
It's very tough to understand with, you're coming quiet, Brad Mine. Say that again, thanks. Got it. All that game. Did somebody come over here? Came within, did I catch it? No. Well, he was just stopping by a pending call. Just checking his status.
So we're heading to that area where that call is. It looks like there's at least a couple St. Paul cars there, and Officer Odegaard from the CAT team is there. We're waiting to see if they put out any more information on what this guy stole or what the deal is. In the call said that the suspect went eastbound.
Copy. 2608 Race Street at TVD for an alarm. Audible coming from interior.
So you're gonna hold off on the Subaru until it hopefully comes back across the river during rush hour. Copy. I have a thing. We can call perfect. And I just believe it should go across the river.
35, and they're going 45. That would be, if my old school math is correct, 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. I was actually going to pull over the one in front of this, but she came over and cut me off.
New message. New message.
I think it's a she. It might be a he.
New message.
Just running the plate here. Make sure we don't have any terrorists or anything. All right. She was the registered owner of the vehicle, so when I ran the plate before I went up there, it told me she was valid. Didn't have any warrants, so I just asked her to slow down. She was a very nice lady, and she told me to be safe, and said she worries about and prays for us out here, so she realized she was speeding. I told her just slow down and be careful. So no use tagging someone who knows what they did, who apologizes, and they, I think she got the message, and she'll slow down, be safer now. Pull over real quick and clear out this. I really wanted to pull over that Challenger that was in front of her that had the Kansas plates, but I'll probably see that again because
new message.
That fits in with what we see with some stolen cars that are revinned and with out-of-state plates on them.
Blackmails and building pink and like a sweater and pink shorts. Be on the lookout for a Dodge Journey silver and color plate. Henry Mike Tango 7.
New message.
674. Information 1556.
So we're looking for a silver Dodge Journey that was involved in a theft from a gas station in the city of New Brighton.
Suspect 2 blackmails. Vehicle is a 2009 Saturn white and colored King Frank Nora 926. Information 1556.
And Roseville is looking for a Saturn Aura, A-U-R.
356, go to Ford.
2009 white that was involved in a theft of a purse and a phone from a car.
We said the suspect got the bike, got on the 8-line bus, and are southbound if you want to advise transit. Right now, I don't have a victim.
Uh-oh. So North St. Paul had a golf cart stolen. A white and tan golf cart. So if you're up in the North St. Paul and you see a golf cart cruising around, it could be the stolen one. I'm trying to look, I don't. It's not a. It's not a golf course. I didn't think it was, but I'm looking at the map. So it looks like an apartment complex. I'm telling you, the weather's nice and people are stealing stuff. We're on Minnehaha Johnson Parkway right now. So we're coming up on Johnson Parkway Woods. This person, holy buckets. So, Jeepers, we're going to pull over this Ford Explorer, I believe it is, because he passed across the double line going the wrong way, and his buddies aren't going to be too happy with him. Well, of course he doesn't know how to stop. Police light you up. I'm gonna run his plate here quick.
New message. New message.
41st
Passengers
clear in
around
any
a
area
lot
with
in
my
there.
You can have me back to that alarm call off Right Street. I'm not seeing it. I got the front alarm off here.
Copy. Woodcrest Road, there's a resident that appears to be in distress in the front yard. 1603.
Alrighty. Interesting. So the owner of the car is the passenger here. Why am I not getting the return on him? I'm looking for.
You do the 7-1 ready?
Copy. Happy to be in the building. Yeah, of course.
New message.
Not again. I did it wrong, I think. Uh-huh.
New message. New message. New message. New message. New message.
There it is. Alright, I'm just gonna go up there and
114, make contact with 1
advise
Everything
them.
contact one.
And I'll be back.
523. That's the 7535.
Copy.
Wheel 1 detained.
Copy one detained, hold on someone.
A couple young kids screwing around, not paying attention, and they seem to be appropriately worried and apologetic, so I don't see how writing them a ticket can make that any better.
360.
Attention, we call to our DOC. We have advised with 332 and 334.
people ask me all the time about what's the secret to getting out of a ticket. And I don't like to write tickets. You've probably noticed that. Unless it needs to be done. And if somebody is a knucklehead, and when I go up there and they want to argue, and then I'll write them a ticket if I need to. But if someone's apologetic and they're friendly and respectful, even if they disagree with why they got pulled over, if they listen and whatever, that's the best way to not get a ticket in the first place. Is the officer understands that you know what you did, you shouldn't have done, and that the officer believes you won't do it again, then there's no reason to cite you to change your behavior. And a lot of people, can't afford the fines that they're going to get. So if you do write them a ticket, they're going to end up with a suspended license, and their insurance will go up and whatever else, and then it gets into this economic spiral that they never get out of and can't rescue their driver's license out of. Don't get me wrong, nobody's going to accuse me of being a bleeding heart liberal, but it doesn't do any good to keep that going. And then you tow their car, they got to pay for the impound fee. That makes it worse, and then so if you can avoid all that, it's much better and have a positive contact. But if the driver's a knucklehead and they want to argue and be a pain in the butt and criticize you and whatever, we can have that discussion in front of a judge. I'd just rather avoid it if possible. These young men were screwing around, and it caused them to do something dangerous, and I explained that to them, and they understood and were apologetic. And if I wrote that kid a ticket right now, I'm guessing there's no way he's paying it. Then they're going to issue a warrant for him. Then we got to arrest him. We book him into jail. We have jail booking fees, court fees. We got to tie up the criminal justice system. And I know there's cops that'll disagree with me, but hey, we all do things in different ways, and I do what I think is most effective. So I see David D said, I'm a nice guy, but you could be a real prick sometimes, I'll bet. I'm going to say the answer to that is yes. So you're right on. I can revert if need be. So, but I'd prefer not to, especially on a nice sunny day. And hopefully people can go out and have fun and
31 station.
Not have issues. The other thing is making those stops. I run their name, I run their plate. That's how we catch bad guys. There are people out there who believe we shouldn't stop cars for equipment violations, like a headlight out or tail light out or a cracked windshield. Well, that's how we catch people who have warrants for murder and rape and whatever. I stopped a guy one day because there was no license plate on the back of his van. Oh, hold on just a sec. I'm going to mute you for a sec. That was my lovely wife Ann calling me. She went to a surgery follow-up appointment for our son. He had surgery on his shoulder and was just calling me to let me know how it went. So, I stopped the van because it didn't have a license plate affixed on the back. It turned out it was in the back window, but it had fallen out, and he didn't know it anyway. So, simple license plate not affixed to the rear of the vehicle. And when I stopped him and ran his name, I could tell he was super nervous. And then I ran his Wisconsin driver's license, and my computer lit up like a pinball machine, dinging and whatever. And he had warrants. He was a fugitive from Wisconsin. He'd been on the run for 3 years for sexual abuse of a minor. He had a minor in the car, and like I said, that's how we get them. And it's also how we develop good relationships with the public. We stop, we talk to them. Hey, just wanted to let you know your headlight's out, and you might want to get that fixed, and have a good night. Or hey, you have no taillights. That's kind of dangerous, so you might want to get that fixed. Have a good night. There's agencies and criminal justice leaders who think that you shouldn't be doing that. for a number of reasons.
2222.
But
2322.
if you're pulling them over to write them tickets for that stuff, yeah, it's going to have a disproportionate impact on people who are poor, maybe on communities of color, depending on where you work. And yeah, there could be some disparate impact, but if you're just pulling them over to give them a warning and you're not going to cite them for it, then it's just one more way to ensure public safety and develop relationships with the community. Looked like maybe she was surprised by that.
5704.
Using your number for daily 1144 dial and clear number.
Copy. 1617. Wait, that's a 4504. Copy on the street.
What's expecting up there?
Copy.
So would you mind pulling us a case for this, please?
Case has been pulled. Do you want the CN via air and the rat chat as well?
This red chat is good. Thank you.
Oh, man. Oh, the lady that almost killed us all you backseaters,
I'll replace 23.
would have been smashed up, has issues. So I'm just gonna make sure she doesn't have warrants.
New message. New message. New message.
That's her.
I go for a happy report. I got one more for you. It's an R2280 Highway 61 for picking up videos and paperwork. Copy.
Alright. I'll kick her loose here. Alright, well, that is a perfect example of where if I gave her a ticket or a couple tickets, it would send her down a rabbit hole that she just got out of. And there's little kids in the car, which obviously, you know, that means you should be driving more carefully. But anyway, I sent her with a lot of advice. Here's the deal: is I can't get in an accident with all the back seaters in the back. And then, you know, I don't have enough bandages for everybody, and splints and tourniquets and whatever else we might need. So I explained to her what a pain it would have been had she run into the front end of the squad. If you didn't see, she made a left turn against the red light and almost smacked me.
The male came in and threatened to shoot at the bar. It was a white male, 40s, wearing a tan long sleeve shirt, black pants with a green backpack, flashing white eastbound and was with us.
5-0 copy, route.
This is 60523 on road.
Copy.
Check in here really quick to see what transpired. I heard some radio traffic, but
Bravo 156 EOD.
Copy, have a good night.
60. White female. No. Advised that it was a moving violation.
so when we do a traffic stop, we have to enter some data. And that's what you just heard from that St. Paul officer. You can do it over the air. I always do it on the computer to keep the air clear. And it's just demographic data to track traffic stops and what you did on them, and by race and gender. Did you search the vehicle? Did you write them a ticket or make an arrest? Did you that kind of stuff. So
New message.
all right, well, it's about that time, and I am going to wrap up our broadcast. I really appreciate everyone who watched today and who shared this, and thank you. And remember to be kind to people, except for, I forget the guy's name who said that he thought I could probably be a pain in the butt. That's not the word he used, but it did start with a P. Be nice to people, but if you gotta be a pain, be a pain, and be nice again. Be kind. Thanks, and I will see you again.
Unable to walk, non-verbal.